For this mini project, I created a small paper sculpture. So I just cut up some pieces of paper and glued them on, and what I thought would be an interesting composition. And I took my phone, and you can use your iPad or your Chromebook, and I turned off the lights and used a flashlight to create an interesting shadow, and I took a picture. So here's my picture. Um, there we go. That's the direction that I had it. I just laid it on a piece of white paper. Once I was in the picture, I kind of fiddled with it. I did the adjusting feature on the phone and or iPad, and I kind of played with it, turned it black and white, made it have more contrast, whatever, so I could see those nice dark shadows. So I'm going to put this to the side for now. And now I'm going to use my charcoal to create my drawing. I went ahead because I didn't think you'd want to sit here for 15 minutes and watch me draw. I went ahead and drew what I see. Um, so if you're looking here, so this is a twisted piece of paper that I know it's a twisted piece of paper, but in reality, it's just two parallel lines that kind of end in a straight line. So don't get tricked by drawing what you know is there. Instead, draw what you actually see. So this shape doesn't look like a twisted piece of paper when you're looking at it from above. It looks more like this. But I know in reality it is a twisted piece of paper. Same with this cone. Like, I know that this cone is actually pretty big, but the angle that I have is much smaller. So I went ahead and I drew in all of my shapes with the paper, and then I also drew in all of my shadows. So that'll give me a good jumping off point. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take my medium pencil or my HB pencil, and I'm going to go into all of the dark areas, and I'm just going to go ahead and put them in. So there's a dark area here. This is just the areas where I'm not blending. It's just straight dark. And now I chose medium because this might get darker, but for now, medium is a good middle ground to start with. This area doesn't have any blending. Okay, so I kind of put in all of the really dark areas. Forgot about the shadow here. So now I have those dark areas, and I can kind of have a starting off point where I'm not going to um, having a just plain white paper kind of freaks you out when you're trying to start to draw. So now I can start looking at where I'm going to be having a gradient and where I need lighter values, etc. So let me find my, okay, so I'm going to come in and do some of the lighter values. So I took my HB pencil, and I'm just going to do lighter pressure. And again, this is all just one value. There's not really any blending in this part yet. But we're going to take our blending stump and blend it later. So we're not really worried too much about the scraggliness of the lines. The harder the pencil, the more scraggly the lines will look. So this spot in here is a little bit darker than this spot. So I'm going to go ahead and I can just use the same pencil because it's only a little bit darker. I'm just going to keep on filling this in, looking at the different values and just trying to match the different values. Sorry, I keep sniffing. I'm getting that first week of the school year cold that I always get. Okay, so I have this shadow filled in, and I'm looking over here, and there's a pretty clear dark divide right there that I started, but I need to just kind of finish it. So just because you put something down one way doesn't mean it has to stay that way. You can kind of alter it as you go. And anytime shadows overlap, it's going to be a little bit darker. And shadows overlap because you're having two light sources. So in this case, I had an overhead light, and then I also had the directed light of the flashlight. So I'm going to pause this video, and then I'm going to just fill in all of the middle tones. Okay, so I have my midtones in, and now at this point I'm going to take my blending stump, which is here, and I'm just going to kind of go in and blend it up a little bit, just to soften up the scraggly look. I kind of want to do this as I go, because if I wait till the end, I might end up blending things that I don't want to blend. Carefully using your blending stump and not making extraneous marks like I just did, because it will mark like a pencil. If your blending stump is getting really dirty, you can get a paper towel and just kind of scribble on it. Or get a scrap piece of paper from your sketchbook, and it will not come clean, but it'll get cleaner. So I'm kind of working in sections. I'm not just blending the whole thing, because if I did that, I would lose all of the drawing that I did. So this is that ribbon. So I'm going to treat this separate than I treated everything else. And also charcoal erases. So if you make a mistake, just use your eraser. I am actually a fan of using like the extra erasers that come with mechanical pencils, but I don't have a ton of those. I just have a couple. So I'm going to continue on blending and I'll come back when I'm done. Okay, I'm back before I was finished blending because I wanted to tell you, if you have an area that is dark leading into light, blend the lighter area first and then go into the dark area and pull it into the light area. Because if you do it the other way, your nature will say like pull the dark into the light, but that will just make it all really dark. So I'm going to come in here and blend the lighter area first, and then go into the darker area. Lighter area first, then darker. And then from here on out, it's really just working in the details. So I have a little bit of a double shadow here. So I'm going to go in and put that in. I need to make the inside of this darker. I'm just going to keep on working on this. My video recorder only allows me to record 15-minute sections. So I'll see if I can kind of speed this next part along and put it in 2 videos combined. But I will definitely have an example of the finished product when we're done.